Okay, everybody, we're back.
Woo!
Oh, I forgot to change.
Alright, well, that motorcycle was scary.
But I forgot to change. We're actually in finals here of the Gaithersburg.
Finals of the Gaithersburg PC.
The final match of the day. The final match of the weekend. We've been here for a while now.
Oh yeah, I forgot you casted yesterday. That's
yeah.
probably why you're super tired. I'm sorry. I'm fresh as a button, but you're like
it's been a while between being a long week. Long weekend casting, playing Pokemon Sword and Shield.
We're seeing the exact same 6 Pokemon as last round, so we're going to be doing the exact same thing as last round, and that's playing some double-edge games.
Wait.
Yeah, Paul is the same 6.
So he's running Kangtorn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna be watching basically
a strong repeat of the top 4. Jeremy just coming out strong, having defeated Steven. And the same matchup must be looking confident, leading the stupid Kangaskhan Crobat.
And we're going to see Tornadus and Kangaskhan?
Oh,
Kangaskhan Tornadus. Wait.
Something happened that's mildly different.
Okay, but this is still kind of, I think Jeremy's still in a positive position.
He loves
here.
Crobat right now. The difference is, it is always eating the double edge from the Kangaskhan. So, fake out from Kangaskhan on Jeremy's side of the field into the Xerneas and a Tailwind seems relatively safe. Eating the double edge isn't great since it limits some of his options to respond to the Xerneas, but he does really want the speed advantage ultimately, and then he might go for just a bite flinch to get his Groudon or his Lunala, his own Xerneas in or something. The thing is that the Zernala team doesn't really capitalize on Tailwind as much as Kangtorn Zerndon does. So it doesn't have the strong spread move to go in. But Crobat goes to the Tailwind, having a hard time seeing what's going on, Eric.
Yeah. Still just changing some stream settings real quick. Okay, so the double edge goes into the Crobat here on turn 1.
It eats it again with the same exact HP as it's had every single time.
Yep, around 20.
Yeah, it's actually like 28 right now. Double edge does a lot of damage to the Xerneas. Because Tailwind is up, even if that Xerneas goes to the Geomancy, it would be vulnerable to the Kangaskhan. Dazzling Gleam comes out instead, knocking out the Crobat. Probably a strong play on Paul's side of the field, but
that gives Jeremy a free switch.
It does give him a free switch to probably his own Xerneas, which can threaten the Xerneas, and then the low kick from Jeremy can threaten the Kangaskhan on Paul's side of the field.
Yeah. Xerneas can come in here. Probably
just press Moonblast low kick or something.
Yeah, it honestly doesn't even have to Geomancy this turn. It can just kind of go for attacks here.
The thing that makes that risky is if there's a Tornadus in the back, because Tornadus in the back can set up Tailwind for a reverse sweep with the Groudon and prevent the Xerneas from setting up a Geomancy.
Right.
So he might actually feel like he wants to go for the Geomancy this turn to get those boosts up reliably when he can, and to instead just take the knockout on the Kangaskhan with his own Kangaskhan, and then set up the Geo so he doesn't lose to a back Groudon.
Yeah, so, if there's a potential that, Paul could play defensively with his Pokemon here.
And switch out.
Yeah, into, I believe, is this going to be Torn? Oh, no, it's going to be a Moongus.
Shrimmer's strong right now. Probably protect from... Oh, no, Paul's on stream. Why'd we do that? Wait, How is he? No, he's just going out to his Japanese Pokemon.
Yeah.
So he's Incineroar and Moongus in the back. Strong decisions from Paul. I am curious about those 4 that he brought in. Low kick coming out from the Kangaskhan doing 2%.
Yeah.
See Moongus?
That sounds about right.
3%. Live fake out from Paul's Incineroar. Completely different game plan than what Steven was going for. Amoongus is looking strong right now to be able to pressure the Xerneas. Fake out into Zern, Spore the Kangaskhan seems pretty strong.
Yeah, because I feel like if you're Xerneas on Jeremy's side, you probably want to click the protect button just to prevent not only the fake out chip damage, but also Spore and or Clear Smog going into Xerneas. But reading into that, Paul will probably just Spore the Kangaskhan in anticipation. But no, we're just going to see the Kangaskhan switch into the Lunala here, which might end up taking a Spore.
I would suspect that it does, Eric. A Spore into that slot would be a pretty aggressive play from Paul, but he makes it. Spores Lunala on the switch. While Xerneas might be at +2, the Amoongus is at full health and really just able to Spore it as much as it wants. The Xerneas on Jeremy's side of the field is probably not knocking out the Incineroar on Paul's. So even though Xerneas is boosted for free, it's not doing enough to win the game just yet.
Yeah. Yeah, Xerneas being boosted, still really good for Jeremy, but like you said, not really going to win the game on its own, especially since we see Incineroar taking that Dazzling Gleam very, very comfortably.
Uses its first sleep turn.
Yep, not going to be able to get the Psych up or knock out this Amoonguss with a Psyshock, but we're going to see Incineroar U-turn into that Lunala, going to pivot back into his own Kangaskhan.
Breaking the Shadow Shields, and then Amoonguss still having yet to move. Getting a free Spore into the Xerneas slot to really minimize the amount of available damage going out on the board. Kangaskhan putting the pressure on both Xerneas and Lunala, and Amoonguss just happily pressing Spore right now, or happily switching out into Incineroar even, and then just doing whatever it wants to maybe get its Focus Sash back. I don't know if that's at range to come back to life after a Regenerator.
Yeah, after one turn, maybe not, but definitely not too long it has to stay in the back in order to get that back to full health.
Tailwind just expired on Jeremy's side of the field. Again, this team doesn't capitalize on the Tailwind turns that well. I don't really think it does.
I mean, it kind of just comes down to. I mean, I think it capitalizes when Lunala is on the field, but I think if Lunala is just brought in too late, it has a hard time on capitalizing on those Tailwind turns. And you're really relying on Xerneas to do a lot of the work here, and they can do that without the Tailwind being
We
up.
see the Clear Smog on the Amoonguss, removing the Xerneas' boost. It doesn't do anything now. Now there's nothing for Jeremy's Lunala to psych up to potentially boost itself up. Paul's done a very masterful job so far of minimizing the amount of damage he's taken, neutralizing Jeremy's offense, and really just laughing at the attempt at setting up on him.
Yeah.
Telling Steven that the way you're supposed to play this matchup is slower, more refined, and instead saying, if you cycle your fake outs, cycle your Amoonguss, prevent the damage, you can stop them from doing enough to beat you.
Yeah, not really. Yeah, Paul really not needing a lot of his high power damage hitters this game, and just really playing that cycling game.
Kangans and Amoonguss.
Yeah, pretty much. He's able to just do a lot of what he needs to accomplish this game by himself with just those 3 Pokemon. Not even losing a Pokemon up until this point.
He hasn't yet, but the Xerneas has lost its boost. Lunala is about to lose its life. There's Fake Out live for Paul, and he still has Bite Flinches all day long, and a Xerneas in the back that hasn't used its Geomancy yet.
Yeah, so definitely a commanding position for Paul here, since Jeremy running out of options here with that Lunala going down, Xerneas not having its Geomancy boost anymore, and now it is up to Xerneas and
the weakened Kangaskhan.
Yep. So I mean, I guess it still could come down to some speed tie shenanigans.
But there's still an entire
still a whole Xerneas in the back, so
yeah, and an entire Amoonguss is the more important thing.
Yeah.
As soon as if this Kang can get knocked out, Amoonguss wins the game by itself.
Pretty much at this point, yeah.
Though admittedly, if there is a fake out into the Kangaskhan, if there's like a knockout into the Kangaskhan, but Paul knows he can bring the Amoonguss back in regardless, and then just have the option still to Spore whatever he wants with live fake out.
Yeah, and even at this point, he could just go for a Rage Powder Geomancy, just to ensure that his endgame is set up properly. I mean, Amoonguss isn't really critical hit. That's a little annoying for Paul, but
It puts it in double edge range now.
Yeah, so I mean that does allow Jeremy's Xerneas to get a potential hit off into Paul's Xerneas, but instead he's gonna bring back his Incineroar, get that Intimidate on the Kangaskhan, get another fake out Spore option here.
Or just fake out, and then I believe that Paul opts to run Grass Knot instead of Protect on his Amoonguss, so he could just fake out Grass Knot the Kangaskhan, knock that out, and then just have Spore, Blitz, Moonblast, etc. options into the Xerneas.
Yeah, so we're going to see the fake out here going into the Kangaskhan. Xerneas not deciding to protect here. Instead, just going to go for a Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam going to do some, wow, that is chip damage if I've ever seen it.
Spore instead of progressing, that's fine.
Yeah, that means that just ensures that Kangaskhan is in KO range from something next turn. And now, with that being asleep, Amoonguss is not really threatened here all that much. And now Jeremy, just clicking the forfeit button, just going to go right into game 2.
He knows what's happening. That game was a relatively quick one in Gaithersburg, just shy of 10 minutes. We're about to see potentially the last Ultra Series game in the Gaithersburg region. Hopefully ever. Cannot wait. Oh, hey Eric, looking cute.
It's just the preview.
What?
It's just the preview. That's not what's on. This is what's on stream.
Oh, okay. Well, both players going in. Final game, under 20 seconds, I would bet on.
Yeah.
I think Paul felt comfortable with his game plan last game, just outplaying and maneuvering around Jeremy's attempt at setting up offense. Jeremy probably needs to do something a little bit different to deal with the Amoongus, which is a big thorn in his side. That entire set, Kang Amoongus, was pretty difficult for him to deal with.
Yeah, just that slow cycling in and out of Intimidate plus Amoongus.
Yeah, we don't need
Kang's.
more than 20 seconds for
Yeah,
this.
this is always bet on the under 20 seconds for this tournament in particular. But yep, just going into game 2 here. I wonder if Jeremy's going to try to switch up his game plan. It seemed pretty straightforward the last set, but Paul obviously playing this matchup way differently than Steven was.
Yeah, he decided to avoid the sleep games, Z tailwind games, double edge speed tie games, and just play something a little bit more slow and calculated.
Yep, so we're going to see
Finally a
Xerneas.
different lead
Yep.
from Jeremy.
We
Oh
see
my
the Smeargle
goodness.
Xerneas lead, which failed miserably the last time we saw it on stream when Owen tried to pull
I
that.
have never celebrated a Smeargle Zern lead before.
It never popped off. Nobody has, I don't think anybody has ever popped off for Smeargle Xerneas.
Well,
I mean, this is still...
history's being made today in Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very passive lead from Paul here. I mean, you have Fake Out, you have Taunt, you have ways of shutting down.
Double Protect Follow Me Geomancy is pretty strong.
Yeah, because there really isn't a way that Paul can do anything about it. But instead, we're just going to see a Protect. Yeah, well, actually, instead, we're going to actually see what you predicted, a double Protect coming out from Jeremy's side, so we can set up that Follow Me Geomancy play. We're going to see Taunt coming in from the Tornadus, so that does reveal that it has Taunt, U-turn into the Smeargle.
Oh, that U-turn ship is going to be good into the Incineroar, just U-turn into a Spiky Shield. We might see an evasion boost. We have not seen an evasion boost on the Smeargle. We've only seen accuracy drops on the Smeargle. But you do have a pretty live Follow Me Geomancy if that's what Jeremy decides to go for, and try to, instead of
Crafty Shield,
that, dodging the taunt with Crafty Shield, leaving himself vulnerable to Z Tailwind, or Z Hurricane,
but
instead
instead
taking an Icy Wind.
yeah, just taking an Icy Wind to decrease the speed. If Geomancy ends up going up here, that means Xerneas will only be a +1. But I mean, that's still gonna be more than enough speed that you need to outspeed.
But I see why he did it, because then if he gets the Tailwind up and he has the Icy Wind at speed advantage, then his own Xerneas in the back will be able to Geomancy before taking a +2 Moonblast.
Right.
Which is really useful when you are trying to set up your own Xern against a Xerneas.
And if Incineroar wanted to go for something like Roar here, it would be obviously canceled out.
Does Crafty Shield block Roar?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the Smeargle's lived longer than I expected it to, if I'm being frank. It didn't even need to follow me
Did
that
Smeargle
turn.
get Moody Boost last turn?
It got a attack boost.
Okay,
And then
I
it got a speed and a accuracy drop.
Yeah, for some reason I don't remember seeing Moody, but I guess it did get some boosts and drops last turn. But we're gonna see Groudon come in here.
Tailwind is not up on Paul's side of the field.
But
And Xerneas is relatively healthy.
yeah, Xerneas did get that Geomancy off. And now it's in a position to start picking up some KOs.
Let's see what we get. Moody, 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 Moody.
Accuracy,
The
no,
accuracy's
not really.
back. And
Special
special defense,
well,
that's
okay,
worthless.
well,
Alright.
yeah. Inconsequential.
It only
Moody
matters
boost.
if he's Lovely Kiss, because now
Yeah.
he's going to be +1 accuracy. Smeargle.
Actually, I think he is Lovely Kiss.
If so, now he does have 100% accurate Lovely Kisses.
Yeah, because I think when we saw this, because Jeremy used this exact same team yesterday, and I think we did see Lovely Kiss come out from the Smeargle. So
Protect coming out from the Groudon on Paul's side of the field, deciding
for a
not to take
Tailwind.
damage this turn, most likely getting a Tailwind up. Probably want to take a knockout with Xerneas in this position, because you still are faster than the Groudon. No, not in Tailwind. Never mind. He does go for the knockout, though.
yep, I'm just gonna get that knockout on Tornadus, and this is gonna give Paul
Yep,
a
there's a
switch
Lovely
in.
Kiss.
Yeah, this is gonna give Paul a switch into his one of his Pokemon in the back, either Xerneas or Kangaskhan. But
We've seen the fairest Moody Boost I've ever seen. Lovely Kiss confirmed on the Smeargle. Paul does have the speed advantage with the Tailwind Icy Wind. So the Xerneas might be able to set up in front of Jeremy's, but Jeremy's being at full health and already having the Geomancy boost.
is Groudon gonna outspeed Xerneas?
It should, yeah.
Yeah, because of the Icy Wind. So, yeah, I mean, Groudon, that means the Smeargle probably doesn't have Life Guard. It
I don't
might.
think it does.
Yeah, I don't think it does because we've seen Spiky Shield, Crafty Shield. Did we see Fake
Follow
Out?
me and Lovey Kiss.
Oh, yeah. So no Fake Out, but we've already seen Smeargle's 4 moves here. So Xerneas going to be able to get the Geomancy off here. Paul's, going to be faster here because of that Icy Wind. And yep, we're just gonna see Geomancy and
probably an Eruption.
Yeah, probably just gonna go for an Eruption here into the Xerneas and the Smeargle. Definitely gonna get the KO on the Smeargle, but Xerneas might be able to take this.
Oh, it definitely can. It's a +2.
Yeah, it's not at full health though. It's only
close
slightly
to full.
chipped.
It really doesn't matter.
Unless we see another boosted Xerneas get crit. Okay.
Yeah, it's taking it by a lot. We might see a Dazzling Gleam not doing too much damage to the Xerneas now that it's boosted. Never mind!
Critical hits! Another boosted Xerneas getting critical hits.
No!
Oh my goodness.
There's probably a Game 3 now, Jeremy. Why'd you do that to us?
Absolutely insane. That's the 3rd boosted Xerneas we've seen get crit on stream today.
Honestly, if there's a will, there's a way, and Paul Chua will find it. So he's not out yet.
I mean, it's not looking good.
It's not looking good.
Because they're not looking either Z this Groudon, just get rid of it, or he can just psych up here and just, add insult to injury at this point.
Yeah, Moonblast the Groudon psych up is probably fine.
Yeah.
Because you have to take a Fake Out. Incineroar probably eats the Moonblast, knocks it out with Flare Blitz, but the Psych Up goes off in exchange. Maybe Moonblast is Xerneas. Or you can actually just Protect. I know. This is silly.
Yeah, just an unfortunate critical hit there for Paul.
Really hate to see it.
Yeah.
He's just like, I am done with this.
And we're going into Game 3, folks. Finally, another Game 3.
Well, in a less than ideal manner, that game was 7 minutes.
Last game was like just under 10.
Yeah, we're looking at 17 right now, going to round 3. Potentially sub 25.
Sub 25.
I don't think we've had a single round go more than 30 minutes all day.
Which has been good for us.
Still crazy.
A little crazy.
Game 3 is going to be locked in at 122. Oh, man, I lose.
Let's see. Over under 20 seconds?
I think it might take more than 20 this time. Neither of them have locked in yet. Oh, the players are thinking, deciding.
Oh, okay.
Paul's not thinking.
Oh, 19!
Oh my god!
Wow, we're still getting those fast team previews.
Yeah, we looked at that and said, "This is taking forever.
Yeah.
What's going on?"
It's like, wait, more than like 10 seconds? Are these players actually thinking about their strategies?
No.
I mean, obviously they're thinking.
And then Paul Chua locks in, and it's over.
Yeah, obviously they're still thinking, but they're just locking.
They're ready
in what
to
they
go.
want
We
to.
see a Xerneas,
another
Smeargle
Xerneas lead against.
Jeremy thinks that the crit win con is the win con to play too.
Xerneas. Okay, so both Fake Out plus Xerneas going on here.
You can just go for the Geomancy.
Yeah, honestly, I think Paul has the edge here because Mega Kangaskhan does very, very well against Smeargle.
I mean, Xerneas does get the setup for free if your name is Jeremy because of the follow me's, but Fake Out in the Smeargle Geo changes things a little bit. Fake Out into Xerneas Geo is kind of interesting.
Yeah, because that risks a potential lovely kiss. We'll see what Paul will go for on this turn here.
He might also just double edge the Xerneas.
That is also fair.
Or
but
the Smeargle, excuse me.
Just going to see Fake Out going into Xerneas. Okay, so Paul taking a bit of a risk here.
Deciding that Lovely Kiss isn't a real move.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? Is it also 75%
yeah,
accurate?
It's sleep
okay,
powder.
So it's basically Sleep Powder. But
this hits grass types in exchange for not hitting
I think honestly, like, okay, I was gonna say if like Lovely Kiss misses, it's like probably game over, but not necessarily, because I mean it's still really bad.
Pretty game over.
Yeah. Oh.
No,
so
we don't miss sleep moves on stream. That's not how it works. So
unless your name is Calvin.
Paul decided that he wants to play the sleep turn game and preserve his Kangaskhan to take an extra turn out of the Xerneas, a little bit more HP, and threaten the Smeargle. Force the Smeargle to go for a follow me to avoid taking a double edge into the Xerneas after it's already taken that Fake Out chip. And now Paul's playing the sleep turn game, whereas Jeremy likely forcing the follow me Geomancy this turn.
Yeah, it's just Jeremy seems like he's a turn behind because of the the Geomancy, the fake out on Paul's side going into that Xerneas turn 1. But Double Edge, this is going to wipe Smeargle off the face of the planet. But
down into the center of the earth.
Yeah, and Xerneas just going to go straight for the Geomancy here as Paul's Xerneas takes its first sleep turn.
Excellent.
A guaranteed sleep turn, mind you. Has the ability to wake up next turn. Do we know if what the speeds are like?
I do not.
I feel like they're speed. Do they speed tie? I feel like they speed tie.
I think if you're Jeremy,
actually, I don't think we knew. I don't think we found out because of Icy Wind.
Yeah, I don't think we figured it out.
Yeah.
I think if you're Jeremy, you go into Lunala now and you just Moonblast the Kangaskhan Psych Up.
Yeah, that seems pretty free, if you ask me.
Well, I did ask you, Eric, and I'm appreciating your
input.
Well,
yours was more of a statement. I'm just kind of agreeing with you. Yeah,
I think that's a pretty consistent Moonblast into the Kang, and then Psych Up your own Xerneas. And in an ideal world for Jeremy, Paul Xerneas stays asleep.
Yep, that would be ideal. And I think if that's the case, then Jeremy in a position to win.
That was going. I think that was a Protect or
probably
potential
a Protect.
attack. Dazzling Gleam,
So
I don't think knocks out the
Kangaskhan. I don't think that's gonna knock out Kang either.
Oh,
no, it does. Oh, interesting.
I don't know my damage calcs.
I know Kang doesn't live Moonblast ever, but Dazzling Gleam I at least think probably takes from full, but I didn't think that chip damage really mattered. But yeah, Lunala now nice and boosted along with the rest of the restricteds out here.
And then that Gleam chip puts the Xerneas pretty healthily into Z Moongeist range.
But
we might see the last Z move on stream in Gaithersburg coming out right now.
Yep. A Z move into the Xerneas looking quite likely, and even I think even if you
Protect,
yeah, but you still have to contest with a fake out here from Incineroar, so you probably likely still have to take an attack if you're Lunala.
That's fine.
But getting chip onto this Incineroar would be very useful. Oh, so we're gonna see a wake up. Yep, Protect's coming out from Xerneas.
You're still Moonblast into the Incineroar.
We're actually not going to see a fake out here.
No, because he was going for the Protect and then breaking the
Lunala. What if he doubled the Incineroar?
It's a strong Vest Incineroar. That did not do any damage whatsoever.
Yeah, but we're just...
I mean, Z Moongeist is not killing the Incineroar.
Oh, absolutely not. If it was Barry, maybe, but
no, absolutely if it was Barry.
Yeah,
but that amount of damage, even with Vest, it would eat this right up for breakfast. You have like 5 HP left, 5% left.
But
let's put in the correct chip on the Xerneas.
Yeah, it's still gonna do a lot through Protect.
Well, it's just a normal one through Protect. It'll do like 25%, and then that'll put it in range for a Moonblast or a Psyshock. That's the important thing. Just puts in Psyshock range.
Yeah. So we'll see how much damage this is going to do. Not oh wow,
that's Psyshock range.
Yeah, that's definitely Psyshock range.
It's a plus 2.
A lot less than I thought it was going to do.
Knock off into Lunala. I think the Lunala is going to eat a Moonblast, so it just still seems like you just Moonblast and you Psyshock.
Yeah. Well, from here, Lunala. Yeah, I think Lunala will take a Moonblast from here. Especially since it's boosted as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a neutral Moonblast. I don't think that would Oko
provided
without
no
Shadow
critical
Shield.
hit, of course.
It wouldn't Oko without Shadow Shield. But instead, Paul opts to Moonblast into the Xerneas. On Paul's side of the field, on Jeremy's side of the field, hoping to get a special attack drop.
Doesn't get it though.
Does not get it. Moonblast into the Incineroar. Gets the knockout. Psyshock into the Xerneas. Presumably gets the knockout. And it looks like Jeremy Gross will be our Gaithersburg Premier Challenge champion.
And our final champion for the
We're a
day.
little premature, but like...
I mean, we have 2 boosted restricteds against a Groudon. Like,
it's probably okay.
Yeah, it's probably just... And both moves that these Pokemon have to click are 100%.
Boom,
oh,
boom.
well,
All right, cool.
even Psyshock, yeah, we're done.
Congrats to Jeremy. This Premier Challenge is over. We saw our last Z moves ever.
Well, depending on if there's any events in December. December MSS is still possible.
Congrats to Jeremy.
Yep.
You can interview him.
Okay, if you want to do an interview,
we also don't have to. I don't care at all.
I mean, we can just kind of sign off if you want to.
All right. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun casting.
Say hi to the people.
Hello to the people. Had a lot of fun casting of Eric. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. It's been fun. Congrats to who won the MSS? Oh, Adam. So congrats to Adam. Congrats to Jeremy. We've had a lot of fun here today. Shout out to Play More Games in Gaithersburg for hosting this tournament. Shout out to our TO Kyle Littleton. Always a homie. Always does a fantastic job running events. You'll probably see him around the season if you know.
The Sword and Shield when we switch it up.
Yeah. So it's been fun. Anything else? Any other shout outs you want to give?
Shout outs to Ultra Series dying.
Yeah. Peace out, Ultra Series. It's been
Have a good
real,
one, guys.
But you guys can follow us on Twitter, do all that stuff, and we're out.
Bye.
It's been fun. See you guys.
Ugh.